Okay, Kayla and Chris, this is how you take care of the rabbits. So first thing you'll see is there's these two boards on the door, and we just do that because the door doesn't really sit flush. So you can just slide it off and move it out of the way. Same with the bottom one. And then when you put them back, you can see that there's little grooves in the dirt where they go. And they may not always fit like perfectly snug, but they work pretty good. And then you just unlock the little latch and come in. And here's all the critters. Unfortunately, we don't have a switch for the light, and the light's over there. So what you have to do first is unlatch the little gate and come in. Latch it back so the bunnies don't try to escape. And then you can come over here and unplug the night light, which may be on or may not be on. I just set it right there. And plug that in, and the lights are on. So this is Raven and Jack. Jack is in the litter box and Raven's in the front. The way you can tell them apart is Raven has a little white foot in the front and he has a tail. His right front foot is the one with the white tip on it. And this is Jack. He's solid black. He's a little bit smaller. He's got some white ticking and he doesn't have much of the tail. So we keep all of their food and stuff over here. This is the pellets, the Oxbow Essentials, and this is some fluffy bedding. We kind of have to keep it where they can't really reach it too close to the gate because they will try to chew on it, and we've come in here before and they've chewed a hole in it and the food's all over the place. So if that happens, we have duct tape to tape the hole, but you know, otherwise it's not a big deal. You can just sweep the food up or whatever and trash it or whatever. Here's the hay. And this is where we keep the litter for the pans, this rolled litter. You'll have more than what I've gotten here, and there's the scoop. There's a large brush and a mop pad. You won't probably need the mop pad at all, but if you need the broom, you can do that. Here's a little dustpan and small broom. And this is the vinegar. It's just in a squirt bottle. We'll have more vinegar for you out in that little shed. And I've got water over here and some paper towels. You'll definitely have more than that. There's some treats right there and treats over here. They love these things. You just call them. I'll show you at the end how they love that, and that's more treats. You're welcome to give them, you know, a couple a day. So if these were full, you know, you would dump them into the trash bags, which I'll have for you somewhere in here. What I found to be easiest, because since they like to chew on bags and stuff, is just to dump, if you have to dump more than one, dump one into like one of these bigger ones, and then, you know, wipe out the ones you've dumped into there and refill with the litter and put back, and then dump it into the trash bag so that they're not chewing the trash bag while you're doing stuff. Alright, to get to the other side, you just want to move this stuff out of the way. Unfortunately, the doors on these gates are on the very end, so, whoops, this is the easiest way. I figured it out to rearrange it, and you can slide this if you need more room to come through, and then you can slide it back to close it, and then make sure to latch it because, like I said, the rabbits don't all get along and they will fight and injure one another. So you can slide this, you know, however much room you need. The rabbits don't really care. And then you just dump these, like I said, you know, probably into one big one so that it would be easiest for you guys. And this is Benny right there. Say hi, Benny. And that's Hootie. And your favorite, Pork Chop, is in his little hideout over there. So next thing is just making sure these guys are okay. This is Bolt. He has white back feet. That's how you can tell him apart from Jet right here. I don't know if you can see him. He's so dark. He's a little bit smaller. There he goes. There he goes all the way over to the other side. And last but not least, we got seal. Going back to the middle shelf, this pan right here in the corner is the one that needs to be emptied every day, just because they fill it up so much, and you know, it's really the only one they use for up here. One thing to know about this pan is it's kind of angled to where the back is deeper. You definitely want the deeper part to go facing the wall, just because occasionally they get their bums too close and might pee over the edge. The taller end in the back being close to the wall will kind of prevent them from doing that. And this is their little bed, which, you know, they may poop in, but it's not a big deal. Just kind of clean it as needed. This is Seal's box. He does pretty good. He will kind of poop in one corner, so instead of dumping it every day, I'll kind of flip it around so that he's got the clean corner to poop in. But if he's done both corners, then I would dump it. He sometimes misses a little bit, but he's usually not too bad. There's his food. What's interesting is his water bottle, how we've got it rigged up. So basically you don't have to unhook any of this. You can just, Dad, will you hold the phone? You can just take this off by pulling it up over the water bottle, and then it will come right out. And to put it back in, you don't have to take this off. It goes through the little ring here, and I put it in the second hexagon, which is the one above, the one that has the little box kind of cutting through the middle, and then you just pull it back over the top, and that's how you put it on there. It's pretty simple. Other water bottles, Jack and Raven's is right there. Bunnies, Hooties, and Pork Chops, they have two. One's right here, and then one is over there. Bolton Jets is right there, and theirs is also pretty easy. You don't have to take the little holder off or the springs. You can just lift it up and put it back, and that's how you would do it. Just like that. Then the heater is right over here. I don't think you'll need the air conditioner at all, but basically the top button is the power button. Plus or minus works how hot you want it to be, and right now we've got it on full strength just because it heats up the room better, which is those three little bars. The one below it is the plug-in, but we just plug it in all the time. And then the one on the bottom is put in a timer, but we never put in a timer. We'll just turn it off or turn it on as we need it. And let's see. I think that's really about it. Just kind of make sure they all have food and hay. We just give them, you know, some hay out of the bag. And they are kind of wasteful. They sometimes do kind of, you know, drop more than they eat, but it's okay. So if you have any other questions, please feel free to call me. I'll definitely type this up in an email, but if you want to refer back to the video, you're welcome to do so.